Kazakhstan is one of the state signatories to the CTBT, the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. There's 185 of those, and Kazakhstan has a long and a strong history of supporting the CTBTO in its work to establish a verification system that would allow us to know if anybody has tested a nuclear weapon anywhere, anytime. In Kazakhstan, there are 5 of the over 300 monitoring stations around the world. And so Kazakh cooperation has allowed for the establishment of those monitoring stations that then send data to the headquarters in Vienna and then are shared with all of the other states. Kazakhstan also in 2008 at the Semipalatinsk test site conducted or gave us the location to conduct an integrated field exercise where we could test the inspection capability that the CTBTO set up. The leader of the Nuclear Institute in Semipalatinsk is also the chair of the technical advisory body we call Working Group B in the CTBTO at the moment. As you can see, there are many areas where Kazakhstan has cooperated very, very strongly with my organisation. Kazakhstan and the first president, Nazarbayev, took a decision that what many say led to the final negotiations of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, such that it then became open for signature. And if it wasn't for that bold, wise, visionary decision by your then president, there may not have been the momentum to bring such a treaty into action. So Kazakhstan has done a lot globally, but in return, every country benefits. The CTBTO, being able to detect a nuclear test anywhere, anytime, is good for all humanity, all countries. All countries also get data from this network that's been established by the CTBTO from sensors, over 300 sensors all around the world, and all of that data would be accessible to Kazakhstan. The Semipalatinsk test site is clearly one of the most significant test sites that there has ever been. And I think its symbolic significance is huge. And the evidence of the impact on the environment and the lingering effects on human health are very, very great. So historically and symbolically, the test site is incredibly important. But as we move forward, Kazakhstan has established nuclear laboratories and research capabilities in and around the test site that advance nuclear science and the peaceful uses of nuclear energy in all sorts of different ways, which can assist humanity in all sorts of ways. The test site still remains a useful site for testing various detection and inspection capabilities that my organisation, with the state signatories' participation, are seeking to refine. With the closure of the site, clearly with Kazakhstan renouncing any nuclear weapons, then Kazakhstan has no need for such a site. But the closing of it is still that symbolic, strong statement, which I think changed the balance of attitude towards establishing a comprehensive ban on nuclear testing. There are a number of countries around the world that have had nuclear tests on their territory. Some of them are the nuclear possessor states that were developing the tests. In the case of Kazakhstan, it was the former Soviet Union, so it was a possessor state at that time. But there's other countries that are not possessors, and their territory has been used for nuclear testing. I'm an Australian. The deserts of Australia were used as a location for nuclear testing back in 1945. And to a way lesser extent than here in Kazakhstan, there is the impact on our environment in arid Australia, as well as some of the indigenous people in that area. But in my part of the world, in the South Pacific, French Polynesia, Marshall Islands, some of these islands have been absolutely devastated, by the testing that took place. Those islands and those countries are just firmly against nuclear testing anywhere, anytime, and are against nuclear weapons in a strong way. This is no surprise that it would galvanise their resolve in this regard.